fast doesn't always last.
Successful people do consistently what other people do occasionally.
The winners in life, Caleb, are going to be the people who endure what they see ahead of them.
Yes.
And they don't keep blowing hot and cold.
Hey everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of iDisciple. We are on Season 4, Episode 2, and we're so glad that you've joined us today. My name is Caleb, joined here by Pastor Mark, also Dad.
Hi, Caleb.
And great to be together today.
Absolutely.
Great to be with you. If you're new to iDisciple, this is the place for you to find content that is going to help you as you desire to follow Jesus and become more like him. And our encouragement to you with this resource is that you don't watch it alone, but gather a group of up to 6 friends, get into the habit of meeting on a regular basis, maybe in a home or a coffee shop, watch the content together, talk it through, pray it through, keep one another accountable to it. And we know that the discipleship journey is not a journey to be done alone. So we'd encourage you to do that. We're excited to get into today's topic. It may not make a lot of sense right now, but we're going to be talking on the theme of the 20-mile march, and that will become clear in a few moments' time what that is all about. But really to set it up, the 20-mile march is a concept based on a true story. If you want to find the source of the story, it's found in a book by the author Jim Collins, and the book is called Great by Choice. And he basically shares a story about 2 leaders who both have teams, and the goal for them and their teams is to make it to the South Pole. And they both basically take very different approaches on how to accomplish their mission. And the different approaches lead to very different endings. And so maybe you want to kick off just by telling the story, and then let's jump into what we can learn from it.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Caleb. The first one was the man Robert Scott. So to reiterate, their journeys to the South Pole, horrendous conditions. Robert Scott, he was what was known as a flamboyant man, flamboyant leader of the group. And so he would pursue the journey aggressively when conditions were right. But every time the conditions were less than favorable, he would say to the group, hey, let's stay here, let's set up camp here until the bad conditions have gone past. And so he was very flamboyant, and he would use his personality to cajole people and say, hey, come on, we can do this today. Sun's shining, no wind, let's do it. Every time the conditions changed, he would say, now let's stop here, let's settle here. So his name was Robert Scott. True story is that it was kind of a race between the 2 men and their teams. He came second, but the very, very sad news is that the book outlines the truth of what happened on the way back is that both he and all of his team perished on the way back. So he looked like the optimum leader in that he was rah-rahing everybody, come on, we can do this. But then when conditions didn't suit him, he would settle down. The book's title, The 20-Mile March, is really a title that describes what they were trying to achieve every day. And that is seen in the second man. The second explorer was Roald Amundsen, and he followed a disciplined rule. And his discipline was, we are going to march for 20 miles a day, and it doesn't matter what the weather's like. So some days they would have fine weather conditions, and they would get to 20 miles, and the weather was still holding out. And he would say, no, we've done 20 miles. We'll stop and rest. and recuperate, ready for the 20 miles tomorrow. The next day would come and the weather conditions were appalling, but instead of doing what the other guy did, he said, no, buckle down. We are actually going to fight through this. And he had a very disciplined rule about everything. And so on the bad days, they would get through 20 miles. On the good days, they would do 20 miles. And that's the way that he led these men. And the news is that they came first, but more importantly, that every one of those men, including himself, got home safely.
Yeah.
So that, to say this, the 20-mile march takes us to a place whereby we understand over years, and I've watched this unfold over 40 years of leadership, Caleb, that you can have a lot of people who are flamboyant in their lives that are very quick to rise, and everybody's head is turned by them because you're thinking, oh, wow, look at them. There's a lot of razzmatazz about their life and their leadership.
Yeah.
But that doesn't always come to fruition over the long haul.
Yeah.
Somebody once coined the phrase, fast doesn't always last.
Right.
And so this session of discipleship really is, whether you are a leader or not, is kind of irrelevant. We are talking about your character, your life. The goal of your life is not to be so much of a easy come, easy go person whereby you are flamboyant and everybody's looking at you and going, wow, this person is great.
Yeah.
Be a disciplined person.
Very good.
That's the kind of person that other people will follow. And that's the aim of your life, is to be like Jesus, who was disciplined in his life. And the point that we really want to get through here is that no matter what comes your way, treat every day like the guy here, Roald, did, which is to say, hey, when it's not such a good day, you know what? We're going to keep serving God. We're going to keep going. We're still going to love Jesus. We're still going to look after our family. We're still going to pay our bills. We're still going to do it. The flamboyant leader tends to be a bit blowing hot and cold, whereby they go, you know what, it's a bad day today. I don't feel like it. And over time, that person is never going to be a winner.
Right.
So because we want to produce winners, we have to ask, what do they look like?
Yes.
And the answer is they look like the second guy. The second guy who had a disciplined life that said, come what may, I'm still going to keep.
Very good.
Still going to keep leading.
That's really good. I have heard this quote on several occasions, and it's that successful people do consistently what other people do occasionally.
Brilliant.
And it really comes down to if all of our lives are built on feelings, you know, I feel like getting up this morning and spending time with God, or I feel like exercising, or I feel like brushing my teeth. Like if all of our lives are built on feelings as opposed to discipline, we all know what kind of a life that's going to lead to. And predominantly, it's not going to lead to success. It's not going to lead to effectiveness in many areas of our lives. And so this whole thing on consistency, discipline, is so important.
It was said of Jesus in the New Testament, who for the joy set before him endured the cross, scorning its shame. And so he went all the way to the cross for us because he could see what was coming.
Yes.
But he didn't shy away from it. He even said it to his own Heavenly Father, to his own Father, God. If there's any way I can get out of this, if this cup can pass from me, meaning if I can not do this and do something else, but he endured the cross. And I think the winners in life, Caleb, are going to be the people who endure what they see ahead of them.
Yes.
And they don't keep blowing hot and cold. We do belong to, sadly, a culture nowadays that it's very easy come, easy go, quick to rise, quick to fall. And sadly, experience and history teaches that those people, we will not last if we live like that. So don't try and aim your life at, well, I'm going to give a good burst of energy during this season. It's a bit like, men's conference, women's conference here in our church. You can give a really quick burst of energy to that, but for the rest of the year, what are you doing? We're looking for people, Jesus is looking for people, more importantly, that are not just going to be quick bursts of energy, but are going to be real men, real women of God who will be consistent in following. You know what? We want to say to people, hey, listen, bad things will come, bad things will go, good things will come, good things will go.
Yeah.
People will come, people will go. We'll have great people around us. Some days we won't have great people around us. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. We'll still be here.
Yeah.
Because we have a mindset that says, I'm not just here to blow hot and cold when the wind's in the right direction and it looks favorable. No, we're going to keep going to the 20-mile march. So we'd encourage everyone, don't even try to be that standout, flamboyant person, but be more so a standout person that is known for, hey, they're going to be here through thick and thin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very good. Consistency is key. And I think one of the areas where consistency is so important, especially, well, for anybody, but especially talking to believers, is that time alone with God, which I know that you have modeled so incredibly well. And obviously living in the same house, I get to see it. But one of the things that stands out to me about that with you is your consistency in doing it in, good on good days, on difficult days, when you got a good night's sleep, when you didn't get a good night's sleep. It's just, and over time, what that does is that builds up. And I'm sure there are many times you haven't felt like it.
Oh, many.
But, maturity is doing it even when it doesn't feel good, doing it even when you don't feel like doing it.
Yeah.
And of course, we could use that example in so many other areas of our lives, but you'll be amazed at how you just keep doing the right thing, and it may not feel like a lot is happening, but over time, all of those things build, they compound, and, you see phenomenal results. So,
well, I think consistency gets you to the South Pole, but it also gets you home safely.
Very good.
Flamboyancy may get you to places, but it doesn't mean that you've got a great home to go back to, because we see too many people who sacrifice their lives, husbands, families, for the sake of, to quote, ministry, which is, oh yeah, I'm doing it for God. Well, actually, you probably may not be doing it for God, more so you're doing it to save face yourself.
Yeah.
And so you can get to the South Pole with flamboyancy, but can you go home at night and still have your family intact?
It's brilliant.
And I think the problem with consistency is it can appear to be quite boring. I don't want to do that every day. I don't want to read the word every day. I don't want to pray every day. No, I want an exciting life. Well, I can just say that consistency gets the job done. Consistency takes you to places, and consistency keeps the people that matter most around you, because that's the winning ingredient. It just is. Let's look back in history, Caleb, because I think we can learn, we can go forward by looking at men and women who have paved the way for us, and we look at their lives and go, well, how did it turn out for them?
Yeah.
I can't think of a better example as we talk about the 20 minute, that would be nice, 20-minute mile. What's it called? The
20-mile march.
The 20-mile march.
Yeah.
Look back in history, both of these gentlemen have passed away now, but the one person you will know, of course, and everybody in the world really, whether Christian or not, knows the name Billy Graham. Billy Graham, I think I'm right in saying he didn't quite make it to 100. I think he was 99.
Yeah.
Most recently died.
Yeah.
99, one of the world's greatest evangelists. It is said that he preached to more people on the planet than anybody face to face in his lifetime.
Yeah.
So he's the name that people know. However, in the 1940s, he traveled with two other guys, Chuck Templeton. The name won't be familiar with anybody. And the other guy's name was Bron Clifford. Bron Clifford, along with Billy Graham and Chuck Templeton, were three youth evangelists. Same age, same passion, same fire. However, the standout amongst them was Bron Clifford. And Bron Clifford was the greatest well-known evangelist in history in his late 20s and early 30s.
Wow.
He traveled the world. He saw thousands saved. He would speak to the president. And his life is just like, wow, on a trajectory to go. He's going to change the world.
Yeah.
Bron Clifford is going to change the world. Sadly, he let flamboyancy rule his life. He was a superstar. Bron Clifford was found dead in a state of, I'll be careful what I say, just let's say he was a recluse. He was found dead in a motel, in a seedy motel room. He died at 35.
Wow.
Lonely. Everything he'd ever done for the first 35 years of his life was lost because he wasn't a consistent, disciplined man. So he's the superstar. Billy Graham, they said, well, he's good, but he may not make the final cut. The guy, as we know, that went on is Billy Graham. So 35 years of age and dead, 99 years of age. Same upbringing, same everything, apart from one was flamboyant and one lived a consistent, persistent life for God. So the choice you have to make yourself. But I think if you're aiming for anything, Caleb, what are we going to aim for? We're going to aim for consistency.
Yeah.
We're going to aim for persistency. We're going to aim for that life that says, hey, we're going to do things. We're going to do it every single day. No matter what comes our way, we're going to keep doing it.
It's very good.
Yeah, so let's be that man.
It's really helpful. And I just think this is a great conversation for groups to now dig into, talk through what are the areas in your life where you need to develop consistency. I know this is speaking to me. I know it'll be speaking to other people as well. And, just to recognize, as you say, sometimes discipline is boring.
Yeah.
But maybe we would do better if some of our lives were built more on boring. And because the results over time will end up being far greater than we could have imagined. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for tuning in. And we're going to now hand it over to you and your groups. Pray it through, talk it through, and walk it out together.
Awesome.
And we'll see you back here on the next episode. Thanks for joining us.